Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Start with the big picture, and that is that 6 weeks ago we settled above the 363.48, a longer-term resistance, now support, indicating at the time, I still say 5 to 8 months, 525.72 as our objective. We're a month and a half into that. And the reason I say 5 to 8 months and so long rather than what could be a 2 to 3 month target is the fact that we have a 7-month rising channel top that can slow down that upward progress as it has. 3-4 weeks ago, we topped out there, and having topped out, having tested that 480.26, a rising channel top, we can fall back to the rising channel bottom that is presently in the 360s, which I'll show as well. So it really is a 360s. I'm going to call it a target that is attainable rather than expected. It does become expected, and we can slip into kind of the 2 to 3 week time frame right now. If we were to close, now this is the daily chart, over the next week or two below the 411.18 level. 411.18, if you look closely, is a pretty classic rising channel top that we settled above, well, a day after we had the big buy signal above 363.48. It can contain selling through next week, and once tested, we could round back up into the 480s again within 2 to 3 weeks, but it would be a settlement below 411.18 that would clearly identify this 360s, 363.48 to 365.33 as our next 1 to 2 week target. That 365.33 area is actually also shown here. You can see it correlates pretty well with 363.48. Closing below 411.18 indicates this within a couple of weeks. It could be better part of 3 weeks with low volatility. It could be 1 to 2 weeks with higher volatility. Either way, the 360s are significant in their ability to contain selling not only through the rest of the year, but even through the first quarter. And once tested, we can round up to 525.72. And in fact, above which, just merely holding above 363.48 does maintain the integrity of that long-term buy signal that anticipates 525.72 as a longer-term target. And if over the next few weeks we close above 480.26, we're just another few weeks away from reaching our long-term target at 525.72. 525.72 is a 5-year rising channel top that can contain buying through the first quarter, possibly well into 26. Now, this 480.26 formation has a sister formation, if you will, on the daily chart, same exact structure at 474.40. And as it turns out, a couple of days ago, we had a buy signal that indicates the 474.40 to 480.26 region when we closed above this classic channel top at 441.26 on Monday. It did roughly contain selling pressures on Tuesday. It can continue to contain Wednesday's lows and through the rest of the week, and above which the emphasis remains to the upside, anticipating the 474.44 to 480.26 region, where we can actually top out, as I say, through November and fall away again. If over the next couple of weeks, once again, we close above 480.26, that 525.72 long-term target, then likely within a matter of weeks. A downside, let me continue with the upside just a little bit to finesse the day trade, and that is 456.44 is an extreme descending channel top. And I mentioned, actually, I think in Tuesday's video, how, at times I opt for the extreme, the higher channel as our upside breakout, but given the fact that 441.26, this formation lines up well with having closed also above the high of the low and above this sort of congestive framework that lasted for a week, we do skew more to the upside and anticipate a violation of 456.41, I think over the next few days, could be today. Until then, though, 456.41 is well equipped for what I would call the day trader, the aggressive day trader. You're long 441.26, you sell at 456.41. You could even, if you're an intraday swing trader, if you trade throughout the day as a day trader, you could even go short at 456.41. But if we close above 456.41 today, our objective, our 1 to 2 week target that occurred with Monday's settlement above 441.26 should be realized by Friday's close. So If we close today, Wednesday, above 456.41, I think by Friday's close, we test 474.44, where once again, we can top out through November and fall back into the 360s within a month or two of testing it. Closing above 480.26 does once again indicate our long-term objective at 525.72 within just another 2 to 3 weeks, where we could top out well into 26.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Let's take a look at the downside. I will mention that if just closing below 441.26 is a failure to follow through on a pretty classic buy signal, which in itself should invite selling pressures that by the end of next week could yield 411.18. So if you went long on Monday's close, or if you've been long, if you got long the last couple of days above 441.26, if we close today below 441.26, my suggestion is to exit that long position and consider playing the short side into the lower 410s by the end of next week, where we could bottom out on a weekly basis. On the way down, we have some minor points, but none of them are clear pivot points or aggressive pivot points for any day trading. So if we break 441.26, I'm comfortable anticipating 434.10 today, possibly even lower, but it really is the settlement below 41.26 that indicates a good weekly high, and we should, by the end of next week, fall to 411.18, where we could bottom out through the following week and round up again, and if settled below, does then clarify that's 365.33 channel. Now, 365.33, once again, considered a 1 to 2 month possibility below 480.26 because we tested the channel top. So the channel bottom is sort of drawing the market. The question is whether it will actually succeed in drawing the market all the way south. And I do say that if we were, once again, to close below the 411.18 channel top, that it does clearly indicate 365.33 as a 1 to 2 week target. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. We put out a stock pick on Tuesday you can check out with our 5-day free trial. I forget exactly what it was. Beam comes to mind, BEAM. So you'll be able to see that for free by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. And you'll also see our daily SPY, daily Triple Q analysis. I'm going to leave it at that for Wednesday's daily Tesla report. You have a great day.